Hey everybody, this is Jeanette from Boricua Sewing Crafts. This video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to remove the basting stitch when you are creating the file on Embrilliance to use the multi-position hoop, the 5x12 on the SE1900. So let me start over so that way you guys can see exactly how to do this. Now, if you've seen my previous video, you saw I show you how to create a file for using the 5x12 hoop on the SE1900. Okay. However, though, when you create that file, the file, when it gets saved and you bring it over to the SE1900, it has a basting stitch. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can remove that basting stitch before you take it to the machine, because sometimes you don't need the basting stitch. You would use it if you wanted to, but you really don't need it. So I'm going to show you. So we're going to create a file from scratch, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. Okay. So I'm going to hit new, and the hoop, as you can see, this is the 5x12 multi-position hoop. The way you would select this is you would go under Embrilliance, Preferences, you would select hoops. Now, if you look on the right-hand side, it has hoop style, and here it has normal, and it also has multi-position. What you want to do is you want to select a multi-position, and you're going to select the 130 by 300 jumbo hoop. And if you look over here at the bottom, okay, and I know that it's kind of like hard to see. Let me just bring it up over here. This makes it a little better here. You see right here, it says 5x12. So this is the hoop that you want to select. And when you hit apply, you hit okay, it brings it out like this. Now, I usually don't mess with this. You can rotate it if you want, but I kind of like to leave it this way. And I just adjust my lettering and I just rotate it to fit the hoop, okay? So let me add the lettering now, okay? In the other video, I have put my name. So I'm going to put my name on this again. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly pick a font, and I'm going to do a 1.5 inch. And let me put my name. There you go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it, okay? And I think I put something over here. Let me do my name here. There you go. There, Jeanette. And there you go. Now it's straight. There you go. All right. So here's my name, okay? In the other video, I did it in script. I just want to show you real quick how to remove the basting stitch, okay? Now, I'm going to try to go as slow, and I'm going to try to explain it everything in detail what I'm doing, because this can get a little confusing, but it really is not. Once you get the hang of it and you know what you're doing and why you're doing it, this is going to be a cinch for you, okay? And it's on video, so you can always, rewind me and everything whenever you miss a stitch, okay? So this is how you create it, okay? Now, when you have your wording already put in and you have your 5x12, you're going to hit File, Save As, okay? And I'm going to hit Save As, and then what I'm going to do is right here, I'm going to just do VD. VD, that doesn't sound right. Okay. It sounds like something. Oh, okay, what am I going to name this? Okay, let me just name it February. Because it's the month February. And this is just a test. What I'm doing is I'm going to save it on my USB. Okay? But I'm going to modify it when I save it. Okay, so I'm going to hit save. All right, now I want to go over to the USB, and my USB has a whole bunch of stuff on there, but let's go to my USB, and we should see two files. There you go. Okay, here you go. You have two. You have an FB bottom number 2, and then you have a Feb bottom number 2 and a Feb top number 1. Okay, because remember, it's a multi-position hoop, so it's going to embroider one file, then you're going to move your hoop, you're going to readjust it in the machine, then you're going to embroider the rest. So now you have your files. Now what you want to do is you want to modify these files, because we want to take away that basting stitch, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to open up each of these files individually. So I'm just going to double click and it's going to pop up in my Embrilliance. I'm hoping. No, it's not. Okay, that's fine. Then let me go over to, oh, it did pop up in Embrilliance. I'm sorry. It just didn't show up on there. Okay, so I don't know if you see, but right here it says Feb top number 1. So this is the first one. Now, this is the top. I want, and I'm going to focus the camera a little bit over here, and let me angle it a little bit, and I'm going to open this up a little bit here because I want you guys to really see what's on this screen here. Now look all the way to the right. See where my pointing, my mouse is going? Here there's a little arrow. I'm going to click on that. Now here it has a 1.1 and a 1.2. The 1.1 is the basting stitch. This is what we want to get rid of. We just want to keep the 1.2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this. And notice that when I highlighted this and you come over here, you see that this is kind of highlighted too, and it has a little dot right here. I'm going to click on the dot, okay? And then I'm just going to hit delete, the delete button. There you go. Now look back over here to the right, okay? See what it says? It no longer has a 1:1 and a 1:2. It just has 1:1. That means that it is just going to go ahead and it's just going to embroider this. So what I want to do now is I want to save this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save. Let me see, just save it. Just save the stitch file. And I'll rename it, okay? I'm going to name it Jan. Jan top number 1. Okay, now I'm gonna hit save. There you go. Now, let's go over and let's open up the other one. So let me scroll back, okay, because I want you guys to see everything that I'm doing here. I'm now going to open the other file, okay? So I'm going to hit open, and then here is, I did the top. Now I want to modify the bottom, okay? So I'm going to double click on this, and here you go. Okay, so this is the fab bottom, okay? And now the same thing, it's the same concept. I'm gonna go all the way to the right, and when you hit that little arrow, you see a 1:1, 1:2. You highlight 1:1. You see that this right here is highlighted. That little dot, I just click on that dot, and then what I do is I just delete, and that's it. And now I'm going to name this one Jan bottom, okay? And I'm going to just save the stitch file as, and it's going to be Jan bottom, okay? I'm gonna hit save. All right, so now it's the Jan. It's Jan top and Jan bottom. So I'm going to go over to the SE1900 and let's take a look at how this shows up on the screen, okay? Okay, so here we are at my machine. So I'm going to put my USB in the machine. And if you remember, the new files that we saved are called January, okay? So I should have removed the February files in there so we don't get confused. But let's look at the screen and let's see what pops up. And I got really, really fat fingers. So let me get me a little pointer here because I got fat fingers here. So I'm going to scroll over. And these are all my designs. I should have used a clean, ooh, there's a lot. Oh, but look, I want you to see something that's pretty interesting, okay? Look at here. Look at the designs right here, okay? As you can see, these do not have a square around them, okay? I'm going to set it. Now, when I turn this on, now, I don't know if you can see this real quick. Oh, I'm sorry. I accidentally hit this. I'm going to move this up a little bit so you guys can really see what I'm seeing, okay? If you look really closely, you're going to see Jeanette has a red line around it, okay? But let me go back. I'm going to cancel that. And, okay, I'm going to go back here. Pick the designs here. Let me go back to the front. Now, these are the ones that I was playing with before. Now, if you notice right here, what I want you to see is if you notice right here, these designs seem to have a line already in there, and then some of them don't. That's because I have removed the basting stitch, okay? Now, what I want to do is I want you to look at these two designs, okay? These are the ones that you have to, that we changed. These are the February ones. This is one thing that I really don't like. Sometimes I wish that these files, and brother, if you're watching, that would be like cool if maybe you do have this feature built in and I didn't know that. But I think it would be really cool if somehow you didn't just see the design of the file, you could also see the name of the file. But I do know that these are the ones that we saved named February because as you can see, there is no square around here. And then I would go ahead and I would select the top, which this is the top, okay, which is the back of the name, you know, because this is the top, this is the bottom. So I would select this and then I would hit set and that's it. And then I would go ahead and edit and I would hit embroidery. And then as you see, 7 minutes just to do the top of portion of it. As you see, there is no basting stitch on here. The basting stitch is gone, okay? And let's go back and let's look at the bottom one. Let's get out of that one and let's look at the bottom one. And you're going to see the same thing. Here's the bottom. And I hit set. And let's end and let's do embroidery. And the same thing, see 13 minutes because this is the long part of my name and stuff. So that's when you would change the hoop and you would move it up so that way it can embroider the other half of it. So, but if you see no basting stitch. Now, let me go back so that you can see the difference, okay? See how it only has one color, okay? Now, let's go back and let's pick the other one so you can see the difference of those that have a basting stitch. And I hope I'm not confusing anyone. If you do find that this is a little confusing, please let me know. And just put it in the comments of the videos and I'll try to make it a little more clearer. Now I'm selecting the designs that I had did before where I didn't remove the basting stitch. Okay, you can tell because if you look over here, you see that little square kind of thing. Well, I picked this one. This is the bottom of it. And then hit set. And then I'm going to hit end edit. I'm going to hit embroidery. And this should have 2 steps. There you go. See, it has 1 minute. And this is where it does the 1 minute. And this is the basting stitch. And then this one is the 7, which is the rest of it. Now, someone asked also, how can I embroider this without doing the basting stitch? Let's say you don't have Embrilliance or, you know, you just don't want to go through the steps of changing Embrilliance. Well, how would Jeanette do it? Okay, well, what I would do is I would fast forward, okay? And I would go ahead to the next color. And I think I would do it like this. Let me see, hold on. If I remember correctly. Plus, there you go. See, there you go. That's how you do it. Let me go back because I really didn't explain that very well, okay? You have it with the basting stitch. You don't want the basting stitch, okay? You're going to hit embroidery. Now you have the 2 steps, right? It's not cool. You don't want to do step 1. You don't want the basting stitch. You want to just go ahead and do number 7. Click on here, okay? And it has the little thing over here. This is where you forward and you back your stitches, okay? Click on here, all right? Now here, this is where you say, you want to go up a color or you want to go down a color, right? You want to go backwards, forward. What you want to do is you want to go forward because you don't want to do that first stitch. Just click this once. And as you see right here, it says, now you're at color 2 of 2. So now what you're going to do is you hit OK, and then you're automatically there. So that's a quick way to do it if you don't want to deal with Embrilliance and removing the base stitch, okay? Actually, this is really quicker than doing the base, you know. Because sometimes you want to leave the base stitch, because let's say you want to use this file again, you want to do it on a towel. You want the base stitch because you want to be able to hold down the topping, right? So, you know, it's an option, however you want to do it. So I guess in this video now, you know exactly how you can remove it. You can do it straight from the machine. As you can see, very, very simple. All you have to do is just forward one color, okay? And then you remove it. Or you can go to Embrilliance and you can open up the file, remove the basting stitch there, and then just save it. That way, when you go straight to the machine, you don't even have to deal with the basting stitch at all. So anyway, hope you guys like this video and you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please subscribe to my channel. And also, I do embroidery happy hour every Friday at 8 o'clock. And, you know, please join me. I mean, I think you got, you know, you'll have a lot of fun. You know, I do it at 8 o'clock every Friday. And I also have a Facebook group that's called Happy Hour Embroidery Adventures. So hope you can join the Facebook group also, because, you know, a lot of people share a lot of great ideas and stuff. So hope you like this video. And like I said, please give it a thumbs up if you do. If you have any questions, please put it on the comments below. I always try to look at my comments as soon as, you know, as often as I can. So I hope you, you know, hope this helped. So happy sewing and embroidering. Bye.